Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the Factor 50 Football Podcast with me, Michael Grantham, Arsenal fan, and my co-host, Adam Farrell, who is regrettably a Man United fan. How you doing, Farrell?
Hello, I'm good. I'm good, thanks. We've had quite a week,
Good,
haven't
good,
we, at
good.
the Back to 50 Football
Oh,
Towers?
it's all systems go. Our social media team are in overdrive. That's me. Yeah, we've hit the dizzying heights of 11 followers now, so it's hard to keep up with all the stuff on there.
Yeah, we might have to employ a full-time social media manager soon.
Yeah, we're getting to that stage now. It's getting out of hand to manage with a full-time job as well. It's too much.
I mean, when we had 4
But
followers,
I'm
I
just kidding.
thought
Yeah. I feel like we're putting people off following us here. Like, please rate, review, and subscribe.
that... Ring that bell. Is that what they say? Is that what people say? I think so.
I don't know.
Right.
I've never heard that before.
I think I've heard it somewhere. Right, well, let's do shout-outs because, people following us, we do genuinely appreciate it, don't we? Like, we don't want to feel like we're just two blokes chatting to ourselves. It's nice to have some fans. So, Mike, do the honours and shout out to our most recent followers.
Okay, so we've got on TikTok. We've got. I'll do it in order. Connor Houlihan was our first follower, who was not one of our friends.
Love you, Connor.
So he's instantly got a place in Factor 50 folklore.
Nice.
Chris N, Alexander Jobbins, Jason with a Y. That's quite a cool name, Jason. Lee Darkins. My favourite one, Flip Flop. I think it's quite a big deal to be followed by an entire type of shoe.
Yeah, exactly.
So
if you want to give us
shout
a
out Flip Flop.
sponsorship deal and we can wear some flip-flops on the pod, we're all for it.
I actually don't really like flip flops. So
What do you mean? What have you got against flip-flop?
I don't like the bit that goes between your toe. I'm paranoid it's going to pull my toe off. Don't like it.
Okay.
We've also got Sean Milady, Mighty Jim. That's a fantastic name.
Mighty
and John
Jim.
Smith. So,
Mighty Jim's
so
beard,
yeah,
by the way.
that's
We should reference Mighty Jim's beard because he got a
That's
fantastic
pretty good, isn't it?
beard. I don't know if it's actually him, but if it is, great work, Mighty Jim.
Puts mine to shame.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
And then we've got one new follower on Instagram who is Russ from the gym that I work out. Shout out Russ, strongman
Russ.
legend. And then on Bluesky we've got 4 new followers this week. Jackson92, Sly Horse, sounds sneaky. Wheel Spirit and Ride Sunny.
Okay. Blue Sky got the creative names. I like the creative name.
Yeah, they're like handles, aren't they, on Bluesky?
Yeah. Okay. And we should definitely shout out our number 1 fan, Coxie. And we should probably shout out Coxie's fiance and soon-to-be mother of his child, Nat. Big respect.
Big
Nat.
up, you guys.
Even though not too much respect because they aren't Arsenal fans, so yeah. Why don't any of my United fans follow us? It's a joke.
I think if you're a United fan right now, you're not really like looking to consume extra content about the club, are you?
Oh, we won. We won 2-0.
That is very true. That's probably a good. How about that for a segue into smooth, straight into? Let's do a little summary of the United game, shall we? Should we go United first? As they've won, it's a momentous day for you. What are your thoughts on the game?
We're back. No, I'm joking. We're not back. Much needed win. I think I said before on our first pod, we had Brentford and Sunderland coming up, and we needed to win. Ideally, both of those games. Obviously, lost to Brentford. If we didn't beat Sunderland, I was sure was gonna go. But we won 2-0. The scoreline, looks okay. Actually, the quality of the game was shocking, like really bad, especially the second half. It wasn't like we dominated Sunderland by any stretch of the imagination. I think possession was like close to 50-50. This is a newly promoted team that's obviously doing well. They've come in and done okay. But it's a promoted team through the playoffs as well. So, and I know they've signed lots of players, but we should be beating them. So I think all in all, we shouldn't get too excited, especially because we've got Liverpool next week, which will be not next week.
Are you at home? Or is that at Anfield?
I don't know actually. We should check that out. You check that out while I continue.
I'll do a little digging.
Yeah, do a little
It's
digging.
at Anfield.
So, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you're
But
screwed.
they're not playing well. They're not playing well, so you never know. We might have a chance.
Yeah, they're not. They're not.
But there are some things to be optimistic about. There are. There are some things.
What
So,
are they?
Sesko scoring another goal.
Big Benjamin
Two
Tesco.
from two. And, I don't mind that they're sort of scrappy goals in between the 6-yard box. I'm all for him being there. We don't put the ball in that area enough. So, yeah, that is good to get some confidence. I'm really, really happy with that. But the biggest thing was Lemens getting his debut and clean sheet. And what was really good was we haven't had a goalkeeper for ages who can come out and claim a ball from like a cross or a corner. It's just been like Onana just flaps at everything and just looks ridiculous.
Just
several times in this
chucks it in his
game.
own net.
Exactly. Several times in this game, Lemens comes up, takes the ball, nice and safe. The crowd are singing "I Michael in disguise." Oh, it's lovely stuff.
So Michael. Who's that?
You know who I mean?
Peter Schmeichel.
One of the best goalkeepers in the history of football. Even though there is a thing about him about being lobbed. Have you seen this online?
Didn't he really hate being lobbed or something?
Well, he hated it, but he got lobbed a lot for like a really tall goalkeeper. Yeah, there's a bit of a thing about it. Yeah, people might be able to see it online. So I think that was a real.
I do remember Robert Pires lobbing him from I don't know, 20 odd yards or something, and he looked very mad. I think that was when he went to Villa, I think, end of his career.
Yeah.
And he was a bit slow, and Pires just dinked it over him from 20 yards or something.
Can't go back. So yeah, so that was really good. I think that's the major positive. Mount's goal was actually part of an 18 pass move. So we actually kept the ball and did some build-up play and scored a goal. Yeah, that's amazing.
That is surprising.
Yeah, and we've now won 3 games in a row at home, which is really good, isn't it?
Wow. That guy's nearly going to be shaving his head then, isn't he?
No, because it's not in order. It's because it's at home. Obviously, we've had to wait.
I see. Yeah, never mind.
I've played the stats to make us look a lot better than what we are.
Yeah, cherry pick those stats.
Yeah,
like people do. Yeah,
of course. Yeah. Yeah, I was happy. I was happy enough, but yeah, Liverpool in a couple of weeks' time, and we'll see how we do from there.
That's going to be interesting after the international break. I thought it was nice of Mason Mount to oblige by scoring a lovely goal just after we've slagged him off.
We did slag him off as well. Yeah, and it was a lovely goal as well. Really well taken.
It was sort of edge of the box, wasn't it? A little curler.
Yeah, a little curler. I think what we were saying is he's a good player, but he's a squad player. He shouldn't be one of our star men, should he?
Yeah, he's not really got that stardust quality. He's going to score again against Liverpool now, isn't he? Hey, shit.
Let's keep having go at him, and then hopefully he has an amazing season until he gets injured.
Yeah, get 30 and 30.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you see any of the United game or any of the United highlights?
Only on the stuff on Match of the Day. I thought the new keeper looked pretty good, but I found it difficult to rate him because you're sort of comparing him to Onana and what's his face? Bayindir? Altay Bayindir? So it's is he good or is he just not really shit? I suppose time will tell. There was that one moment where he kind of came out and it was edge of the box and he took out the Sunderland guy. It was, I think, did the Sunderland guy got booked for diving or something? Or there was a bit of he was second to the ball, and he looked a little ropey there. So I don't know how good he is sort of coming off his line. But time will tell, I suppose. I'm not going to criticise him after one game.
I was looking at his background actually. I was like, where's this kid come from, and has he got like pedigree? So the answer is no, he hasn't got pedigree. So he moved to Royal Antwerp, and then he wasn't first choice. He was backup goalkeeper, I think, 3 seasons ago, and then I think last season he got to become first choice goalkeeper. Had a really strong year, and then he's obviously moved to us. So he's had like one good season in the Belgium league. He hasn't even got a Belgium international cap yet. He's only played for under 21s.
Okay.
So it's a bit like it's a real punt. I really hope it's not like a because everyone was saying we needed the goalkeeper. I really hope it's not a just grab anyone situation. Um,
Yeah.
I hope he ends up actually being quite good, but we'll see. We've got a habit at
Well, I
United
think I
of
speak for
making players look rubbish.
especially young players just killing careers recently. But yeah, we'll see. I think I speak for every other non-United fan. I say I hope he's absolutely dreadful.
Right, so from one 2-0 win to another one, Arsenal, top of the league.
We are top of the league. So we are top of the league. I think we should just call it there, shall we? Good season. Move on.
Yeah, well, I've got egg on my face,
Yeah,
haven't
it's a
I?
good. You have indeed. Yeah, and I'm sure avid listeners of the pod, obviously from episode 1, will remember you telling me we're out of it, 5 points behind, and what, like 10 days later, we're a point ahead.
I didn't say you were out of it.
Mad.
I just said
I don't know. You put 5 points. 5 points.
I didn't think you made 5 points up this quickly, to be fair.
To be fair, neither did I. But I mean, it just shows the short termism in football, doesn't it? Which I think has been the last couple of weeks. It's just been a bit mad. Like, Liverpool have got it wrapped up, and now it's like, oh, Liverpool have fallen apart, and they've got to start rebuilding, and it's not really that serious. And then we were absolutely written off, and now are we favourites to win the league now? Like clear
You are
favourites now?
odds-on favourites. I think I heard from Paddy
Yeah.
Power, Liverpool were as far out as 11-4 or something. You're odds on.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. So obviously a very good weekend. The game was kind of boring, but I think that's quite a good thing.
Of course you do.
Because because we want just like, I think if we can sneak through like 10, 15 games, just steady accumulation of points. That's what you want. I don't think you want like drama and last minute. Obviously, you want last minute winners, but you don't want that every week. Not every week, because it's a bit exhausting, isn't it? And you're always, you're first on match of the day, and you're always on TV, and it's like, we just fly under the radar a little bit, stay nice and quiet, no one's watching.
You're
I quite
never
like
going to
that.
fly under the radar if you're top of the league.
No, but there's, you could be more of a talking point. I think we were like third on match of the day or something. That's lovely. Just leave us down there. Because yeah, the game was like, I don't know. It might have been because I was also watching it not on a legitimate television channel, because we're not allowed to. It's 3 p.m. Saturday kickoff,
How
isn't
dare
it?
you?
But it was one of those games where you sort of like, you can kind of look away and scroll, and nothing's really happening. But I think that kind of just reflects the absolute dominance that we had over West Ham, because I think they had no shots on target and like 8 touches in our box or something like that. Like, that is, in terms of threat, that's probably about as good as you're going to get, isn't it, in the Premier League?
Yeah, it was complete domination, to be fair. And there were other chances for you to score. Like that game could have easily been 3 or 4 now. Like Eze had a sitter that he missed. Okiev
Yeah.
got very close, didn't need to put in that cross from Declan Rice. Yeah.
Yeah, it was close. I think we're a couple of like nearly moments away from like a 4 or 5-0 win. But like I say, it kind of just keeps it low key, doesn't it? Keeps it under the radar. We don't get me wrong. Like last season or the season before, that might have been one of the games that we would absolutely dominate, and then in like the 78th minute concede a sucker punch from like their only shot, and then we don't have enough like on the bench to get over the line. Whereas now you're looking at, obviously we get the second goal in the penalty, but you're looking at a bench of like, who do we bring on? Zubimendi, obviously for Erdegaard, which I'm sure we'll come to in a minute. Absolutely ridiculous. We bought on Ethan and Miles. We bought on Marino, I think. And Martinelli or Trossard. No, Trossard started, didn't he? So yeah, we're bringing on players last season who like we didn't even have available or were already forced to start. You know, like 17-year-old Ethan Nwaneri and 18-year-old Lewis Skelly are starting games because we've got no one else. Whereas this season, they can come on and play a little, you know, take minutes off of the starters and contribute that way. And it's just so refreshing to see like 20 odd players. The manager trusts all of them. They're all like really. I don't think we have any players in our squad that we don't like as a fan base. There's question marks about some of them, I guess, but I like every single member of our squad, which I don't think I can ever remember happening. Even like the Invincibles had, you know, 13 or 14 incredible players of the height, like some of the best players in the world. But then like beyond that, there was like, I don't know, 5 or 6 others who were like solid contributors, solid squad players, the Mason Mounts of this world. And then after that, it was like, they didn't really have anything. Whereas we've got 2 players in every position at the moment.
Yeah, I'm very jealous of you being in that position where you like every member of your squad. I've not been in that place
Yeah,
for years.
it's nice.
Yeah, that is nice. Are you worried about Jokiev? Well, I can't even say his name.
Who?
Jokiev.
Who's
How do I
that?
say his name?
Juraj Djorkaeff. Well, it was. It was. I don't think he had a great game against West Ham. And when I finished watching the game, I was like, he had an absolute stinker. Like I thought he was absolutely dreadful. Because I'm more of a. I suppose I pay more attention to like the on the ball stuff. You know, like what we do with the ball. But off the ball, he's running his socks off. He's dragging defenders all over the place and stuff. And he's working really, really hard. And obviously, with Havertz out injured, he's probably the one player in the squad who hasn't really had much like rotation in the last, 8, 9 games. And you could tell by the end of the game, like he's kind of flagging a little bit. He needs a bit of a breather. But yeah, he's putting in a lot of effort. And I think the key thing is with like the style of striker he is, he's always going to occupy a defender, even if he's not getting involved, and he's not really getting involved. Like he's not a build-up player. I think he had like 11 passes and he completed 5 of them. I feel like I could do that. Maybe not 5, but so he's really on the fringes of the game. But as a centre back, they can't ignore him because he's always running, he's always doing something, he's always jostling for the ball, trying to win flick-ons or whatever. Which means last season when we were getting like Saka on the ball or Martinelli on the ball, we get it out wide and they've immediately got like 2 or 3 players on them. But if Gyökeres is always doing something, he's always occupying one or both of the centre backs. Like teams can't double up on our bigger wide threats as much as they have been. So they're getting more freedom sort of behind the striker to do more creative stuff. That's how I think it's going. So although I don't think like his end product and you know the important stuff is quite there yet, he's getting chances. He probably should have scored a few more goals up to this point. Like he had the one midweek against Olympiacos that hit the post and Martinelli like tapped it in. Another day that goes in and he's got another goal. And but he's contributing to the team, and as long as he does that, like as long as we're winning games, I don't really care if he's scoring or not.
Yeah, I guess looking at it through my Man United lens, I reckon if he was playing for United, he would be slated by the media right now. Like he wouldn't be getting as smooth as a ride as he is. And obviously it helps you're top of the league, so it's like, well, it doesn't really matter. Like contribute there. But I just think if he had the form or the start that he's had for you than he had for United, if he played for us, it'd be a different narrative out there in the media.
He'd probably be under more scrutiny. But I am starting to read these articles of like, oh, Victor Gyökeres' first 10 games for Arsenal. You know, like, oh, he started all right, but now, you know, like it's starting to leak into the, I think it was on the BBC, so it's like, you know, mainstream stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, okay.
And I think, and that's literally all just about like how many goals he scored. If he scores a penalty in the next game, it'll go away. Like even if he has an absolute stinker. And ironically, I think he's played better against Newcastle and Olympiacos in midweek than he did in the games that he scored. But it's, for the headlines, it's literally, has he scored a goal? Has he made a goal? That's it. And until he does that, like, those articles are gonna, the media are gonna be on him, aren't they?
Yeah, because that's what everyone's saying you needed. Everyone's like, the last missing piece of the jigsaw is a goal scorer. So, and it's never as black and white as that, is it? It's always more nuanced.
No, I mean, really, last season we just needed one of our attackers to be able to be on the pitch. Like, we had. This is one of the reasons I think we're much stronger this season. Obviously, we've made all these awesome signings, but as well as that, we're getting Havertz, Saka, Martinelli, Ødegaard, Ben White, although he's been in and out, and Havertz has been out. Like, all these players who missed massive chunks of last season are also coming back. So, like, we've got the new signings plus the players we didn't have at the end of last season. Big Gabby as well. He was out for 3 months or something. So it's almost like a double whammy. And now we've just got this, like, overload of really good quality players.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good position to be in. Ødegaard then.
Yeah.
So injured again.
Yes.
You know how long he's out for?
I swear to God, right? Well, so he's done an MCL, which I don't know what that is. Part of his knee. So it's not the big one. It's not the ACL. It's an MCL, which apparently, depending on the grade, can be a couple of weeks to surgery and a couple of months. So it's not going to be like a season ender, but it's not good, is it?
Another injury.
Another one. So it's never happened before. What was the stat? Is it 3 home Premier League games in a row subbed off before half time? Has never happened before. And you look at the injuries and it's like, he fell on his shoulder, which is just, it's just like, oh, you need to learn to fall better. Like, well, what's he going to do? Like, what's he supposed to do about that? And then the next one, he did the same thing and fell on the same shoulder and hurt it again in the same way. And the one against West Ham was just like clash of knees. The other guy's come off better and he's got some dodgy knee injury. I swear, in the last 12 to 18 months, Arsenal have had the worst injury luck in the Premier League. Like, it's ridiculous. At this point, it's mad. At the start of the season, we're all thinking, well, it can't be as bad as last season. We had so many injuries, and we've had like the same amount of injuries as we did in the whole of last season already. It's mental.
I feel like it's not a 12 and 18 month thing. I think it's an Arsenal thing. I remember us joking about it when we were younger about your physios being awful because your players were always injured.
Well, yeah, like Ramsey, Diaby, Rosicky, like the amount of players whose Wilshere, their career's not ended, but like a massive chunk of playing time has gone because they're just like, they're missing years and years, not, it's not days or weeks, is it? It feels like a bit of an Arsenal thing.
Well, do you know what? It's an interesting point though, isn't it, about Ødegaard? When could this become too much of a regular thing where we know he's an amazing player? Yes, he's incredible talent, but if he keeps getting injured, you can't rely on him. A big part of being a footballer, Premier League footballer, is being fit and available. Like, that is number one. You need to be able to do that. And if he's not doing that, then there's a difficult conversation to be had, isn't it? I don't know, a year or two down the line?
Yeah. They say your best ability is availability, don't they? There's a lovely buzzword for it. But yeah, he's like, last season when he was injured towards the start of the season, it was like, okay, he's out. And probably in his entire Arsenal career up to now, if he's been out, as soon as he's fit again, he's back in the starting 11. Like, he's the captain, he's our creative midfielder, he is vital to how we play. Now, with Eza and Ethan's moving inside and playing that position, and another year older, another year of experience, like, we've got options. So if he is out for 2 or 3 months, and like Eze comes in and, I don't know, let's say he scores 5 or 6 goals by Christmas, and then Ødegaard's back in January, is he going to go straight back in, or is he going to be like eased in? I mean, the thing that I would say is it's a nice problem to have, because last season when he came back against Chelsea, I think, and he played, like, he'd just come back, he played the full 90, and then from that point on, he played every minute of every game, and he never really got like fully up to speed. I think it's nice to have like, oh, Eze can play 60 minutes, Ødegaard can play 30. The next week, Ødegaard 60, Eze 30, or whatever. it's nice to have an option rather than being like, shit, we need this guy back on the pitch or we're screwed.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's just one to watch, though, isn't it? Because I do think Eza's a totally different player to Odegaard. Like Eza, I feel is more of a direct runner, will hopefully score you goals. I know he's not scored yet, but I think he is more of a goal-scoring threat than
Scored
Odegaard is.
against Port Vale in the League Cup, mate.
It doesn't count.
Big game, big goal.
So yeah, we'll see what happens to him. Saka, I saw this stat, and do you know what? I was surprised about this stat. So Saka, 200 games for Arsenal, 100 goal involvements in those 200 games. So 1 in 2 games he's getting assist or a goal.
Did that surprise you?
It surprised me about how prolific it is. I obviously don't like Arsenal very much, but I love Saka. Do you think Saka gets the plaudits? Do you reckon he's underrated? Do he get the plaudits he deserves?
Probably. He's definitely not underrated in Arsenal circles. Like, if you watch him regularly, he is almost always our biggest threat and our best player. Like, I don't think he's underrated by Arsenal fans. And I think, like, England fans seeing him play for the national team and do the same thing and be as good are sort of, he's more on the radar now. But I don't know, maybe it's been like the numbers that people like Haaland and Salah put up in the Premier League. He's not hit that level yet. But I'm pretty sure, like, if he has a full season, and I'm touching the wood of my desk here, if he has a full season this season, I'm pretty sure he's going to be like 15 goals, 15 assists plus this year, because he is that good. Like, he's so consistent. He's got that like ability to just kind of coast through games, kind of manage his way through games, and then just turn it on and create something out of nothing, bang one in from 20 yards, beat 3 men, and lay it on a plate for somebody. He's so good. So I think in Arsenal circles, no, he's not underrated. Maybe in the bigger sort of Premier League and world picture, he's a little bit underrated. But I think, like, as players like Salah start to age out a little bit, Saka's going to be like the superstar of the Premier League. He's incredible. I love him.
Yeah. I think he needs, like you say, he needs that one big season, doesn't he? Where he puts up some impressive numbers. And I think he's also been around for a long time. So it's like people have just got used to him, and it's not the new shiny thing.
The thing to remember as well with those stats, to 100 goal involvements in 200 league games, that's like he started playing in the Premier League at 17. So like he's putting up those numbers between the ages of 17 and 24. I think he's like 8th on, or top 10 nearly around there on like Arsenal Premier League appearances, and he's 24 years. He's just turned 24. And he's like 7th fastest or 7th youngest player to get 100 goal involvements. Like, if he spends his career at Arsenal, which I really, really hope he does, he could be, Henry level numbers in terms of like goals and assists, or past him.
Yeah, he's very good. He's very good.
What a player!
I was watching the fan debate with Carragher and Scholesy, and they had a new Arsenal fan on there. Quite a young guy, a content creator, he called himself, which I automatically thought he was a wanker for saying that.
Switch off.
Yeah, exactly. But he said 2 interesting things, which I wanted to put to you. So he said that the Emirates atmosphere is dead, which surprised me. Yeah, he said it's a dead atmosphere at the Emirates, and he's an Arsenal fan. What do you think of that? I thought the Emirates was actually pumping recently.
Well, so I don't go very often. I'll probably go like once a year if I'm lucky. Exactly. Armchair warrior.
Yeah.
By the way, it's really fucking hard to get tickets. You pay for your yearly membership, then you have to pay to enter a ballot. And I'm a Red member. There's like 3,000 tickets allocated to Red members, and then you enter the ballot, and you might win one, you might not. But there's like hundreds of thousands of Red members entering those ballots every week, and you've got to be plucked out of a hat and get a ticket. I've probably entered like 20 in the last 12 months or so. Never got a ticket. The only game that I could go to is was it League Cup last season, I think, because they go on to general sale, so you can like guarantee you're going to get one. And there's already a few fixtures this season I'm hoping to be able to get a ticket to. But so yeah, I don't go regularly, so I'm probably not best place to comment. But all of the Arsenal pods I listen to, they're saying a similar thing, but not that it's dead, but that it's like it's quieter. But I think when you've got games like that one and the Olympiacos one, maybe that one was a bit more on the edge of your seat because Olympiacos played really well and had a few chances. But like the game's just not as interesting, is it? It's not as exciting. Like it's not end to end. Arteta's like key thing is control, and that game against West Ham will be like Arteta's wet dream. Like
Yeah, like
his
67
ideal game.
possession. Yeah.
Yeah, like don't let them touch the ball, don't let them have a shot, don't let them touch the ball in the box and score a goal or two. Like he'd much rather that than win like 7-4. I'm sure of it. So I think first of all that's not gonna get crowds on the edge of their seat. But the really important thing to remember is like expectation. 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, when we had the title challenge against City, where no one was expecting it, and it was like, oh bloody hell, we're in a title race. We were on for like, I think when it was 22-23 when the World Cup was in December, and everyone was thinking we'd struggle to get top four, we'd probably be sort of fifth or sixth, and we were on for like 100-point pace at the halfway point of the year, the season, sorry. Like the atmosphere then is going to be absolutely buzzing because you're expecting this and you're getting a title challenge. And we got 84 points and we fell away a bit at the end because we had a load of injuries and various reasons.
Yeah.
Our form dropped off. The squad was not deep enough like it is now. But yeah, the expectation and the reality was, reality was so much better. Now everyone is expecting us to be really, really good. So you go to a game and it's like 1-0 for an hour at home against West Ham, who are struggling and have just sacked the manager, and like everyone's expecting a 3 or 4-0 win. And if you only win 2-0, everyone's going to be like, "Yeah, that's what I thought. Maybe we should have scored a few more goals." Whereas if if you're expecting to get smashed every game and you're flying, the atmosphere is just naturally going to be better, isn't it?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I was just
That's
I
my
thought
thought. Anyway.
Emirates was like, yeah, I thought it was a bit more, a bit more
I think
lively.
in the big games, like it is livelier, but in games like that, I don't think it's realistic to have like an absolutely buzzing atmosphere. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm wrong.
Cool. The second thing he said was,
Oh, go on.
he said that the media had a vendetta against Arsenal. Do you think
Of
that?
course.
Explain.
Well, it's maybe not the media, maybe like Howard Webb and the PGMOL from my perspective. But it's hard to give an
Oh,
opinion
we're
on that
back there
because
again.
we're all fucking massively biased, aren't we? I don't know. I don't think there's I wouldn't say there's like a conspiracy. I don't like conspiracy theorists or like there's not a vendetta per se, but I don't know. I think it's a historic thing. I think it goes back to like Arsene Wenger coming in to English football, this weird French dude coming from Japan, and being like, right, the way you do things is absolute nonsense. Stop doing all of that. This is how you're going to do it. And and then he had instant, more or less, success. And I don't know whether that sort of put the English media's back up a little bit. And there's a bit of a hangover effect from that around Arsenal. That's the only thing I would think of. I don't
Surely
think in
not,
general
because like you
we're
actually get
ganged up on.
applauded for that now. What, like Wenger's seen as somebody who changed the game in English football. He brought so much
now
to
you
it.
do.
Yeah.
But I think at the time, like he's a complete unknown. He hasn't got any of that history or track record. So it's like, oh, who's this weird professor French dude coming in and telling us how to do our footballs? Ferguson going on a rant saying, well, he's come from Japan. He doesn't know what he's doing. Doesn't know English football. Fuck off.
But he's going to say that, isn't he? Because he's playing mind games. He wants to play up to it. I do think Arsenal fans are the most touchy online, especially. Like they get riled up so easily about everything. It's almost like
Clip this up, please. And get this on TikTok.
It's in an Arsenal fan's blood to be pissed off at the slightest thing and to think everyone's against them. And it does my head in, and I'm sure it does most other fans of the Premier League's head in. And I'm sure loads of people hate United fans as well, by the way. But I think if we did a poll right now with our 11 followers, we would see that Arsenal fans are probably, the most frustrating fans in the Premier League at the minute.
Are you saying that because at the moment Arsenal are better than Man United? Like it's really hard.
No.
You need to get somebody who is completely unbiased and has no skin in the game to give a
No,
genuine opinion, don't
you
you?
put that to all the fans of the Premier League, right? So every single club. Let's say there was a vote, and you had to vote for the most annoying fans in
But you're
the
just going to
Premier
vote
League.
for your rival, aren't you? Like, oh, Spurs are the most annoying, or United are the most annoying, whatever.
No, I think Arsenal. I reckon if you're like let's say you're I don't know, in the Premier League at the minute. Let's say you're Wolves or something like that. I reckon they would still vote for Arsenal fans being the most annoying.
We need to get a hold of Wolves' social media and ask them.
Yeah, we're tagging them.
I think we're just passionate. I think we're a passionate bunch of people. I think the stuff like I don't even know what it's called now. Arsenal Fan TV, like AF TV and stuff. I think that personally, like I don't like it because you're going to a fan after a game with a microphone and being like, "Tell us how you feel," and it's pure like emotion. So if there's been a bad refereeing call or something that's gone against you, like the fan has a fucking meltdown. And obviously that's great for clicks and engagement. And then that goes wider than just Arsenal and all the other fans see it. And it's like, look at this bloke. This is really funny. He's having a cry about whatever. I think I'm not sure that's the best way of promoting the club. I don't know. I've never watched Arsenal Fan TV because it makes me cringe. But I think we're just like, ultimately, we're just passionate, aren't we? We care a lot. And also when every like little decision is so important, like you can't drop points in it, or it feels like you can't drop points in any game. When that happens and the fan base kicks off, like we're more prone to kick off, or we're more likely to kick off, because if you're thinking, oh, we want to finish in the top four, you could probably, lose a few games you probably shouldn't lose and still get top four. If we lose 2 games against, I don't know, like Sunderland and Burnley in a couple of weeks, we're fucked. Like, season's over, probably. And Liverpool go 5 points ahead of us again, and everyone's saying, you're out of it, even though you spent all that money, blah, blah, blah. It's a very, I don't know, it's a high pressure thing going for the title.
Yeah, it is. And look, for context, when that inevitably gets clipped up and put on social media and everyone has a massive go at me again, like West Ham fans, I think most Arsenal fans are probably fine, but it's the world of social media that we live in now. I think Arsenal fans on social media are the most bullshit in protecting their club. Like they complain.
I think also like they do it for like the more what's the word, like pent up that you get, the more like outgoing and emotional you get about it, the wider that video is going to go, the more people are going to see it, the more people are going to laugh at you, which invokes the replies and reactions, and so
people know how to play the game. They know how to play the game.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Well, I'm conscious this has been mostly an Arsenal podcast this week, which is annoying.
As it should be. Yeah. Should we get into some other talking points?
Yeah. Okay. I want to do one first. I'm not sure if I said this on the podcast or not. I don't know if we spoke about it on WhatsApp or something like that. But I think I said to you, I think Salah is going to be shit this year.
You did episode 1, I think that was.
Episode 1 said Salah's going to be shit, and so far he's been pretty terrible.
He's been quiet, hasn't he?
Yeah, I don't think he's. I've never really bought into him as like an amazing player. I think he's obviously really good, and obviously last season's numbers, you can't argue with the numbers. But I don't know. When I watch him, I don't get like super excited watching him. He doesn't get me off my seat. And this year he just feels a bit meh, a bit lazy. The team's different. You can't. There's a lot more attackers in the teams, and nothing doesn't all flow through him. There's other people that's flowing through, so he's probably not getting the amount of opportunities that he had last year. And because they are playing more attacking football, it's sticking out a little bit more that he's maybe not tracking back as much as he probably should do. And last year he probably could get away with not tracking back because he was the outlet that you'd always look for. But yeah, it's nice for me to see that he's not doing well.
Oh, well, obviously I don't want him to do well either, apart from for my fantasy football team. But he's gone now, so I've swapped him for Haaland. But yeah, he's not having the end product's not been there yet. I don't think he's not over the hill or past it or anything. I don't think the drop off's going to be that sudden. But it's the changes in the rest of the team, isn't it? I think that's affecting how they build up, and how they get the ball forward. And he thrives on basically being told, stay high, we'll get a turnover, and you go. And in Trent, they had like probably the best player in the world at win the ball back and then get it forward, like pinpoint accuracy. He's sprinting at full pace, put it on his toe, and he's in, or he's got like one player to beat. The number of times you see, like in the past, you've seen him with 2 or 3 other attackers sprinting into like all this green grass, and you're like, how the fuck have they got so much space when we're going through this like horseshoe of doom trying to break low blocks down? But it's the ability from like Trent and Soboslai and stuff to get the ball forward so accurately and so quickly that he's got the room then to just be a world class attacker and beat men and score goals and curl it with his left foot into the top corner. But this season, they like, yeah, I think he's a big loss, and I love it. But yeah, the like looking at how he Slot is like trying to make subs and stuff during the games. Against Chelsea, he's doing like, I think towards the end of the game they had like a centre mid at right back, Soboslai. I think Gravenberch was put at centre back, and Konate came off. I don't know if that was an injury or whatever. They've got Robertson, who's sort of aging a little bit on the left. Van Dijk aging a little bit, although I still think he's very good. They've got backups in midfielder like Endo and Curtis Jones, and not a lot else. And the base of that team is pretty wildly different to last season. The fullbacks they've bought, Kirkes isn't really settling in. Frimpong is like, I don't think he's starting that many games. And he is totally different to Trent.
In the Champions League, they played him as a winger.
Yeah, he was right wing, wasn't
he? Yeah.
So there's a lot of change. I think they've football managed it in the transfer window. Like, I think it's an unbelievable transfer window, but they've gone, let's get that guy, that forward, and that striker, and that winger, and that, and there's massive holes in the rest of the team that they haven't addressed, and it's kind of starting to come home to roost, isn't it?
Yeah, but do you think they will come good? Like, my feeling is they've just got too many good players that at some point in the season it has to click. Surely.
Don't know. If I had to guess, I'd probably say like they're still going to win quite a few matches, because with that amount of attacking firepower, like, they're going to score goals, aren't they? But I think they're going to concede goals. I think they're going to concede a lot of goals all season. And I do think as well, they are like, I think I said this in episode 1 as well, and I think you cut it actually. They are like one Van Dijk or Gravenberch injury away from absolutely like capitulating. I think not getting Gahey on deadline day was a bigger deal than was really made out, because he can cover both sides of the back four, and without him, if Konate or Van Dijk miss a few games, they got big problems.
Yeah, I think they got problems now with defence. Like, I think if Van Dijk goes injured, which probably won't, but if he does go injured, I think you're right. They're screwed. Their season's over.
Yeah, let's cross our fingers.
I did look at Wirtz though. Like, I looked at some of his stats, and everyone's obviously hating on him. He's not done very well, people are saying. But in the Premier League, he's created the most chances, joint with Grealish. So he's still being really creative. So he's making chances. People aren't finishing them off, which, again, episode 1 reference again. I said Isak will be the flop this year. Maybe. Who knows?
You really hate Liverpool.
I hate Liverpool, man. I'm a Man United fan. Of course I do. So yeah, he's 21 chances created so far this season, joint top with Jack Grealish. So
yeah, it's good, that, isn't it? That is good.
Better than what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And Chelsea,
I think if they can, yeah, that was a great result. That was a lovely finish to the game as well.
Yeah, love a last-minute winner.
The that game was just, it sort of epitomised probably the problems with both of those teams, right? Like, I think I saw most of that game actually, and it was just, it's like the polar opposite of watching our Arteta team. It's like there's nothing going on in the middle of the pitch. It's just like pinball one end to the other end. No team keeps the ball for very long, and it's really entertaining. But like, I don't think it's. I mean, as a fan, if you're watching that, you're probably like having a fucking heart attack every 5 minutes. But there's so much like transition, and we attack, we lose the ball, you go, and you're on the edge of our box in like 3 seconds. And there wasn't really much build up, because it's just attack, turnover, attack, turnover. It was so open, and I think Chelsea have got those similar sort of problems because there's more like they got a lot of injuries, haven't they? So there's more due to the injuries, but but Liverpool especially, they're just so open in the middle of the pitch. They can just be absolutely run through.
They can't control a game, can they? Like it's
That's
you
it.
think
Yeah, control. That's the word, isn't it?
they've got experience in there. Like these are won the Premier League last year. You'd think they would smell it.
Yeah.
Like in the Chelsea game, like you never want to play for a draw, but sometimes the experience goes, okay, look, we just need to get out of here with a point. We need to lock this down. And you're right,
Yeah.
Arteta wouldn't have let that happen. The last minute goal, he would have locked that down. He would have brought on defenders, whatever it took, just to get out of there with a point and go, do you know what? We weren't going to win that game, but we didn't lose. We got a point and we move on. A loss just feels so much worse.
It's a bit of a sucker punch, isn't it? With the sorry, you go.
I was going to say with the eve of the international break, it's tough. Now all your players bugger off.
Yeah. I hate that when you've obviously I love it the other way around when you've won, but if you lose just before an international break, you've then got to sit and stew on it for like 2 weeks. Whereas when you win, it's like, you can just sit there and bask in the glory of being top of the league by a point.
Yeah, that's true.
For
that's
now.
true. Yeah. I wanted to touch on the England squad. So there was some England squad drama from Thomas Tuchel. So he didn't put in Bellingham, which I think was probably the biggest thing, which I think maybe has been made out to be more than what it is. But he also didn't
fitness,
put in.
Isn't it? He's just only come back from injury.
So he's played a few games since he's come back. But yeah, you're right. He's not long been back. So Thomas Tuchel sort of downplayed it and gone, Bellingham's a great player. We're going to need Bellingham if we're going to win, something. But also the team needs to find solutions if Bellingham is not available for whatever reason. So I think it's been made more of because the last international break we didn't have Bellingham and we beat Serbia 5-0 and we looked really good. So I reckon the media's jumped on that and gone, oh, Tuchel doesn't believe in Bellingham. He's going to leave him out and he's going to go with the team that won 5-0 or whatever, which I don't think would be the case. Like Bellingham's just amazing.
I think he's too good to leave out long term, isn't
he? Yeah, he is. He is. But it's a shame that Grealish didn't get brought into it. I think he's had a really good start to the year.
Do you think he should be in the England squad, Grealish?
Yeah, I think so. I would definitely take him. I think it just gives you something different. Like, he's not a starter, but if you are in a game that's really tight, I'm going to do Arteta's tactics here. It's really tight. You need to get a bit more control. Grealish, 1, can keep the ball, but 2, he's the best at drawing fouls. So we know in international football, set pieces are massively important. So if you bring Grealish on with half an hour to go and go, right, this is proving difficult, give him the ball, he wins a few fouls, let's play for set pieces, I think he gives you that option. Better than
You've gone full Arteta.
Yeah, I've gone full Arteta. Yeah.
Yeah, I think in the long term, I've no problem with Grealish being in the squad. I just think I don't know. Players getting in the England squad or any national team, like I feel like it should be based on more form. Like what are we 7 games into the season? And obviously, I'm not saying he's not had a good start to the season. He's been really good at Everton, but I'd want him to have more like good performances under his belt before earning a national team call up. But then again, these days, like, you have one good game and you're the best thing since sliced bread. But if you have one shit game, you're out, you're done, you're washed, as the kids say.
Yeah.
I would just want him to do, by the next international break, whenever that is, if he's still playing like this, then I think he's got a really good case to be put in there. I just think 7 games is quite a small sample size.
Yeah, okay. And what about Phil Foden? Is Phil Foden injured? Is that why he's been left out, or?
I don't know. Is he? I think he's just been left out, hasn't he? Because he played against Brentford, I think, Foden.
Yeah. So yeah,
because he had a pretty average season last season, didn't he?
Yeah. And there's a lot of talk whenever Foden's in the English squad. There's so much talk about like, is he the player that he is for Man City with with England sort of thing. So maybe he's just cooling it off.
Yeah, there's so many of that type of player that Tuchel could pick. He's got to drop someone, hasn't he? Someone who's really good is not going to make the squad, surely.
Yeah, no, it's
because
true.
we've got so many attacking options. I was just going to say, do you care about the international fixtures? Are you going to watch them?
No, I'm really bad at like not watching them. I just think
Yeah.
now England's at a point like it's gone past the 2000s where sometimes we wouldn't qualify for the tournament. We'll
There's no
qualify
jeopardy.
exactly. We'll qualify easily. They're really boring games. The atmosphere's dead because it's just families at the
Dreadful.
stadium. So yeah, I mean, I love nothing more than an international tournament. It is my favourite thing in football. Love it. But the qualifiers can do one. Don't care.
Just get to the tournament. Get to the
Yeah.
real stuff.
Yeah.
Here's a question. Would you rather Man United win the Premier League, or I think I know the answer, or England win the World Cup?
England win the World Cup. Yeah. I just think it's the biggest moment to say you lived through England winning the World Cup. Like, just imagine the scenes on the street, like the joy. My house would be going nuts, apart from Ali, who wouldn't give a shit. But it would be incredible. I remember once on one of the last World Cups, I think we beat Colombia on penalties, didn't we? For the first time we won a penalty shootout. Okay, I was on my knees.
Dyer.
She walked in the door, and I'm like, "Oh my God, hallelujah!" She's like, "What are you doing? Get up!"
You want to get a life, mate?
Yeah, it was exactly that. Yeah, absolutely insane.
Yeah.
No. What
I think
about you?
I think it depends. You see, I don't know. 10 years ago, I would go England win a World Cup. Now, I'd probably go Arsenal win the Premier League
Wow,
or the Champions League. But
that's a huge statement. Premier League. You'd rather Arsenal win the Premier League than England win the World Cup?
Probably, yeah, I think so. I really want both of those things to happen.
Well, obviously, I want
think
both of things to happen as well. But you've got to.
Yeah, but like day to day, I'm just more involved in Arsenal. Like, there's obviously more frequent games, and I'm just more I find myself more invested in that than what the national team are doing. When the World Cup's on, it's all World Cup or Euros or whatever the tournament is. But in between that, like, it's just Arsenal, really. Like you say, I'm probably not going to watch those international games. I'll watch the World Cup.
Wow, I just think football's about moments, and there's no bigger moment than World Cup. I think you're very selfish. I think you're very selfish.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
I just want Arsenal to win the Premier League.
Yeah. Well, of course you do. You're an annoying Arsenal fan, as I said before.
Yep. We'll keep shouting about it. All right. Should we do a game?
Yeah.
Let's do a game. So, I don't know. I haven't got a name for this game. Let's call it the shirt number top 10 game. So
that's snappy.
I feel like that's explained it quite well. So I've got in front of me a list of Manchester United number 7s, past and present, and I think I've got the top 10. So I'm going to give you a minute. So this is players who have worn the Manchester United number 7 shirt. I want to know the top 10 number of appearances across, I think it's all competitions.
Wow. Okay.
I want you to guess as many number 7s as you can in a minute? Is that fair?
Wow. Okay. I didn't know the appearance. I was just naming players who've been in number 7. Okay. Puts more thought into it.
So,
okay.
Yeah, there's a bit more thought. You might get some names that aren't in the top 10, I suppose. Although I think all the big ones are probably in this list. You ready? Put you on the spot here.
Yeah, you are. I'm going to go for it.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, George Best, David Beckham, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Top appearances. Who else is going to be in there? Top appearances. Jesus Christ. Bobby Robson.
Not Bobby, but there is a Robson.
Brian Robson, sorry. Yeah, Brian Robson.
Brian Robson. I'll give you that.
Is there some ones that are left field, like a Michael Owen or something like that, who's worn number 7?
There's a Michael Owen. He is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's 8th in the list with 52 appearances, which is mad.
Yeah, okay, that is mad. Michael Owen.
You got 10 seconds left.
This is bad. He's definitely on the list, but Angel Di Maria wore it.
He's on the list.
Was he? Okay.
That's time. That's time. You got him just inside a minute. He's number 10 with 32 appearances.
Yeah, okay.
That's 6 out of 10. That's pretty good going.
Okay, it's not too bad.
Yeah. So you got all of the top 4. George Best, Brian Robson, David Beckham, Cristiano Ronaldo. Number 5, Antonio Valencia.
Oh yeah, great shout.
Did he wear number 7? I couldn't even tell you that he wore number 7.
He started off as a winger and then turned right back, so you sort of forget about him.
Yeah. He's number 5 by a long way. He's made 339 appearances wearing the number 7.
Yeah, he was with us for a long time. Yeah.
Did you get Cantona?
Oh my God! Well, don't say Cantona.
I don't think you got Cantona.
I didn't even say Cantona.
That's a big one.
Embarrassing.
You've just insulted all United fans as well now.
Cancel the pod.
You got Michael Owen, but you didn't get Cantona. Cantona was 6. Cavani, did you get him?
No, I didn't get Cavani.
He was number 7.
There have been people that have been there lot longer wore number 7. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know whether this is. No, it can't be Premier League appearances. I think it's all time because like George Best is from the 60s and 70s, isn't it?
Yeah.
Alexis Sanchez is on the list at number 9. Di Maria is number 10, and then our friend Mason Mount, friend of the pod, is number 11. He's next on the list.
Okay. All right. Well, there we go. That was all.
Pretty well.
Not getting Cantona. That makes me feel so ill. That is horrible.
Yeah, that's not great. Yeah.
Brain going blank. Under pressure.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to the 3rd episode of the Factor 50 Football Podcast. Please follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and all the socials, Bluesky and all that stuff. We're recording this now at the end because me and Mike are so professional, we forgot to say goodbye. So goodbye. We'll see you on the next episode. It's international break, so we'll be back with a very special episode next week. Speak soon.